I'm not a racist, preach the teacher. You still they never had this. Number one, them wanna run about the gun. I wasn't licensed to have one. The minute they see me, fear me. I'm the epitome, a public enemy. Use, abuse, without clues. I refuse to blow fuse. They even had it on the news. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Back when I wrote y'all, yes.
Let's go to Kelly in Chicago. Holding on. Hello, Kelly.
You guys are hilarious. I have been cracking up all day listening to you all. Hi, Roderick. Listen,
Hey, Kelly.
I just want to say you are keeping the spirit where it should be. The only thing I wanted to share with people is that to me, I feel that there's been a concerted effort to kind of depress our energy, from the media and the polls, just by the way it's slanted, like, oh, Trump's up in the swing states. Republican turnout is higher than it's ever been before. So today I heard something on YouTube. Dave Ramsey, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's white boy out of Tennessee, has a pretty big following, and he's really big in the evangelical arena. So he interviewed Trump 9 days ago, and he said, and to everybody, he said 45% of evangelicals will be sitting out. He didn't say that we got to get them to vote. He said they're sitting out. Yeah, exactly. And then so I started thinking about the numbers and this whole, all of a sudden, this shift, because she was up in Nevada, like 6 points 2 weeks ago. Now all of a sudden it's just neck and neck. And I think it's just really a way to try to depress our energy while they, create this enthusiasm for theirs. So I just say to everybody, yes, the winds really have shifted. And I tell people, if you're going to look at a poll, because you're going to kill yourself, but if you have to, try Simon Rosenberg or Morning Consultant or Reuters. Stay away from 538 and all the other bullshit. And lastly, let's be in Texas in spirit. Even if we ain't going to be there in spirit, because winners don't quit on themselves.
You better do that. Kelly.
I love it, Kelly. I love that energy. And I agree. Like, I'm telling you, it's conspiratorial sounding, but they are clearly trying to load the early vote so that people go, just give up. There's no reason to. I guess we were wrong. We thought Trump was on the ropes, but look at the turnout. The people turning out are the people that was going to turn out anyway. Correct. It's the other people that's going to change this thing.
And I'm giving everyone, I'm writing a prescription. Dr. Love, today, here's your prescription. Turn off corporate media, tune out all of the, if we don't know anything after, what was it? Los Angeles Times that refused to endorse Kamala Harris, even though the editorial editor already wrote the endorsement, because the owner, and I immediately went to see who the owner was, South African owner, decided that he'd rather not endorse anyone. Well, the editorial editor of the Los Angeles Times yesterday resigned. Yep. In the midst of this, her name is Marielle Garza. She told the Columbia Journalism Review in an interview that she resigned because the Times was remaining silent on the contest in these dangerous times. She wrote, she said, I'm resigning because I want to make it clear that I'm not okay with us being silent. It's dangerous times. Honest people need to stand up, and this is how I'm standing up. She quit her job, and that's a good job. Let me say, I was on the editorial board of the New York Daily News. That's a good job. She's the editorial page editor. That is a good, solid job. And she said, in a post that she wrote, she put on Twitter, that the owner who bought the paper in 2018 said the board, quote unquote, chose to remain silent, and I accept their decision. She was like, no, we didn't choose to remain silent. He silenced us. Yes. Which is some BS.
And I think the Washington Post just had a similar incident today where I think their editor.
Well, who's the owner of the Washington Post, Roderick?
Jeff Bezos, right?
Okay, yes. So everyone's complaining. You got something to do. You don't. I mean, it's tough because he's ubiquitous. Any website you have is probably on an Amazon server. We order from Amazon Prime because I'm on Audible. There's no getting around this man. Unfortunately, he has crafted almost ubiquity in the marketplace. Those of you who still shop at Whole Foods.
There's a way to get him. That's right. It's like a dragon that you're fighting in the video game and it's showing you his weak spot. There's a way to get him. He's telling you what it is. Go vote. That's what he don't want you to do, is vote for Kamala Harris. It's the one thing he's scared of. That man ain't scared of nothing else. Got all the money in the world. And it's so obvious, like, because you're telling, like, if you were playing poker, you just lost if we were playing poker, because you're just like, well, I'll tell you what, Let's just not say who we gonna vote for. Because you can't be in media. You can't be in journalism and be pro-Trump. Because Trump is anti-media. He's anti-truth. He's anti-journalist. He's tried to turn half of this nation literally against y'all. Sometimes violently so. So you can't play around with this. The only people making these decisions are the people that don't work there. It's these billionaires that bought the places thinking they're gonna run the rest of us. But we got common sense. If I read that damn paper and I see for the first time ever, they're not making an endorsement, I know who they endorsed. I already know what happened. You shut them down. So yeah, we can't let this 1% of the 1% run us, man. We gotta go vote. It's the only way.
Say that. You better say it. And shout out to Wisconsin, which is a swing state, and I know they're probably getting a lot of Charlemagne ads there as well. But the mayor of, I don't know how to pronounce, but I think, let's play the clip so y'all can get the pronunciation. Sean
Riley tells our Jason Calvi why he's not voting Republican this year and why he feels the need to make that known.
It's a Republican city in Wisconsin's largest Republican county.
It's difficult. I mean, the easy thing to do is to just not say anything.
Waukesha Mayor Sean Riley grew up Republican and voted that way for most of his adult life.
I also feel just in my heart that this is something that I need to come out and say.
Saying something that might upset the people who put him in office.
I am going to be voting for Vice President Harris to become our next president.
Riley tells me he voted third party in 2016, voted for President Joe Biden in 2020, but kept that to himself. For other offices, he says he votes Republican more often than not. Now this red city mayor's publicly endorsing blue for president.
I am terrified of Donald Trump becoming our next president for all the reasons I've indicated. He's already been impeached twice. He's been convicted of felonies, and this is not what the United States needs.
We're gonna talk more about that. This man is he was doing the silent thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's like, listen, again, y'all could be on the fence if you want to, but you're on the wrong side of history, and you're wrong. You're wrong in the depth of your soul.
He's defecting. This is what I mean. He's defecting because it's public now. He was privately defecting before, but it means something that these people are out here that wouldn't have said nothing before. Wake up,
I love
y'all.
it. All right, we got a little bit of time. I'm gonna play Samuel Jackson, who was at the rally in Georgia. He was with Walls and Harris in Georgia, Charleston, Clarkston, Georgia. Play it, Smith. Then we'll go to a break.
She's running on a proven track record of fighting for the people, standing up to bullies, protecting the most vulnerable, and taking on the toughest fights. And we've heard her favorite curse word is a favorite of mine too. But I ain't gonna say that word. But I don't know about you, but that's the kind of president I can stand behind. That's the kind of president I can see leading our country forward.
My days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow.